Asking someone to help you with something is common in both your professional life and your personal life. But asking, can you do this for me? Can you get this for me? Can you send this to me? It can get boring or repetitive. And often, in a lot of cases, you need to find a more delicate or polite way of asking, of requesting. So, here are 5 ways you can ask for something or request something that are more polite or more interesting than just, can you? Would you mind? Now, this is a very polite and, in my opinion, one of the best ways to ask for something in a professional setting. Would you mind sending me this week's report? Would you mind contacting this customer? There is an understanding that this is something you need to do. It has to be done, but you're asking in a polite way that gives the person that's responding the opportunity to say no or give you a reason why they cannot do it. You're not expecting them to do it. You are asking politely if they would mind. Would it bother them? Would you mind passing me the water? Would you mind meeting me an hour later? The traffic is very busy. Would you mind, my wonderful viewers, giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you are not already subscribed? It really helps me and lets me know you're enjoying my content. Now, the next one is very similar in meaning, however, you use it in the opposite way. If you wouldn't mind. You're asking if you have the time, if it doesn't bother you, if it doesn't affect you too much, could you do this thing for me? If you wouldn't mind. Again, I like using this in a professional setting as it's showing respect for the other person's time. If you wouldn't mind, could you please pick up some groceries on the way home? Now, I've used this in a casual example. It's a bit too polite for a casual example, but let's say you don't know this person very well, or your colleague has gone to a coffee shop and you're saying, if you wouldn't mind, could you get me a latte? Could you get me a black coffee? You can use it in casual situations, but with people that you have a more professional work relationship with. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it if you could lend me your charger. If you wouldn't mind, could you turn down the television? It's a bit too loud. If you wouldn't mind, could we move the meeting to 2 p.m. as I am busy today? If you wouldn't mind, can we reschedule the interview? The understanding is this is something that's going to happen anyway, but if you wouldn't mind, if you can spare your time and efforts, I would appreciate your help. Can I ask you a favor? Now, this one can go both ways. Personally, I like being asked, can I ask you a favor? As sure, yes, you can ask me a favor. It doesn't mean I'm going to say yes to the favor, but sure, yes, you can ask. However, some people don't like this question because they like to know what the favor is before they agree. Imagine if I say, can I ask you a favor? And you say yes. And I say, can you write up an entire year's report? You've just agreed to something that's going to take a long time and you don't necessarily have the time for. So a lot of people, especially native speakers, when you say, can I ask you a favor, will say, well, that depends what it is. However, when I use this, I say, can I ask you a favor? And then I include the favor in the same sentence, in the same question, so that the person I'm speaking to already knows what they are agreeing to. Can I ask you a favor? Can we meet at 10 instead of 11? Can I ask you a favor? The report needs to be exported into Excel. Can I ask you a favor? I need to pick up my child from school. Would you mind finishing this brief? You are recognizing the other person's time and efforts, and you're also giving them the favor that you're going to ask before they agree to it, giving them the opportunity to say no if they need to. Would it be possible to start at 9? Would it be possible for you to go to the store after work? Would it be possible to work together on this task? This is a very polite way of saying, do you think you could, or do you think we could? Is this possible? Of course, you are giving the other person the opportunity to respond with, no, it's not possible. However, you're opening up a discussion. Okay, well, if that's not possible, could we try this? Or could we brainstorm something that is possible? You're opening up the space for discussion. Would it be possible to move client A to 2 p.m. and client B to 8 a.m.? No, that's not going to be possible, but we could try this instead. And final one today. Do you think you could help me with? Do you think you could help me with editing this video? Do you think you could help me get my videos out to more students by liking this video? Do you think you could help me with the translation of this text? Do you think you could help me with contacting all the new leads about the new discount? Again, you are respecting the other person's time and efforts, and it is a very professional way to get someone's assistance with something you are working on. I'm struggling creating a presentation for the new client. Do you think you could help me with this? You're respecting their time and their efforts and their skills. And again, giving them the possibility to say no. If you just asked, can you help me with this? So which one of these do you think you will use the most often? Personally, I use a mixture of them all as I believe it shows respect. No matter if the person is higher than you, lower than you in the company, you respect their time and their efforts. So please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave today. Have a successful and productive week, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.